Hello, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm a psychic medium and a healer, a pastoral counselor, and a teacher. And welcome to my channel. Let's talk about when it all falls apart, what my guides are showing me. I'm going to answer questions. I'll look at the questions that are posted on the community page. And let's look at the Supreme Court. When will we have universal health care? And I want to talk about the eclipse that's coming this weekend. I'm going to be taking some time, and this is what um, people did in ancient times. Maybe we still do it, I hope. Maybe take some time for yourself to enter silence or to really take care of yourself. A lot of people during the eclipse want to go out and look at it, which can be fun. But it's really an inside job. And if you're racing around, driving and flying and looking, do you have the time? Can you make the time to check in with yourself and how this is affecting you energetically, your family, your home, your community, your country? And so this, I'm going to do a video that will be pre-recorded because I'm going to be in silence and in meditation this weekend on the 20th of September. But I'm going to pre-record a video for you to assist you in your releasing process, because this eclipse is about what you're letting go of and really connecting with yourself about what you want to bring in as the old is falling apart. Um, I watched just when you look at the news, there's always the next thing of that isn't working or falling apart or endings, some very serious and some, life ending and some, chronic and and I my wish and hope, well, if it's not really happening, you're not really noticing much, good on you. But the ones who are really being affected by it, you're having a lot. This is a amazing time of growth and rebirth for you. So this is what September and 2025 is about. It's about you being tested, and it's not a punishment. It is like when you put coal in the earth and the pressure on it creates a diamond. So by this pressure, everything's going very fast and everything is falling apart. And this pressure is creating within you a resilience and a strength and a new beginning and an awakening. And as you awaken, you others uplift around you. So no longer are we a people pleaser, keeping our mouth shut, like what they're saying. Oh, maybe we should all just be quiet. No, no, we want to choose our words wisely, but I don't believe it's time to be quiet at all. But if you feel the need to pull your energy in and reflect, it's an excellent time. And check out my video that comes out on Saturday morning. So let's look at your questions and let's look at, well, the first thing I was seeing, that hence the name of the video, when it's all falling apart, because I saw the current VP of America standing on a bridge. The bridge was old and rickety, and there was like a house or a shack, more like a shack. It was like an old house, and he was standing there looking at it, all the cracks and the things that are falling apart as it's about to go tumbling into, it was like out on a pier. And so underneath it was the water, which represents emotion. So when it all falls apart, he's actually smiling, which is interesting, because in his heart of hearts, he thinks that's going to be his time to move forward. But I think he's got a little bit of a surprise coming, because when it does all fall into the ocean, he'll be standing there on this broken pier. It's like he thinks he's actually going to go in there and fix it. And I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. I'm having a spirit come in. Feel like I was walking in the hills this morning, and Omega, the moon goddess, of course, the eclipse, she was with me, and also really felt Jesus. And I'm not Christian. Actually, Christianity was formed after his resurrection or death, whatever you believe it was. Actually, about 300 years. So unless he lived 300 years, and there was a war involved, and the one who won the war sort of claimed him. So the problem with that is that people who are I mean, if you're Christian, that's fine, that's great. Then, I'm happy for you if that works for you. I'm connected and have a deep bond with the Yeshua energy, I call it. I'm not Christian, but I do trust. I trust that energy. It's very peace loving. And it's kind of like what happened in his life is kind of like happening to us on a global scale. So we haven't gone through the resurrection part yet, but we will. So know that we're going to a good place. I feel that October and November will be a little bit calmer than September. And then by next spring or summer, the better energy, spring, summer next year, and then 2026 feels like some much better energy coming in for our country. Okay. And for the world. Okay. So yeah, that's what I was seeing. I just feel like he really thinks he's going to go in there and fix this. And I think I think he's going to end up paddling away in a little canoe by himself. Oh, well, okay. I'm not trying to say what I think should happen. I'm just reading energy. So my job is to sit here and read the energy. And sometimes I have opinions. That's civil, but I'm kind of channeling now. Let's go back into the channeling, and not about what I want to happen, but my opinions, but what spirit is showing me. Okay. Okay, so spirit is saying we need to understand what is ending and not be afraid. There's a lot of fear now. And to continue to choose love for ourselves, love and peace for ourselves, and speak in that way, but to speak up. Okay. I wanted to look and see, will we ever have universal health care? I'm going to say yes. I don't know when this is going to happen, but I'm looking at the cards here, and because the way I asked it, I didn't give a time frame, but I'll show you what I'm looking at. And basically, I'm a clairvoyant. I get a download of information, or I'm told or shown things in my meditation and in dream work, or when I walk in the woods around here. But what happens is I come back here and I pull the cards to get more clarity. So I'm not really a card reader, but I use the cards, if that makes sense to you. The law, okay. So this was a good card, and then we see celebration. Okay. So we may start with women's health care being paid for. That was taken away. I do believe the next Congress and Senate that's coming in is Democrat. Problem with the president, but I think the president would need to sign into law anything that they passed. I'm not a political person, so I'm not real sure about that. But at some point, we are going to be celebrating what's going to happen because of the healthcare that was taken away and the really poor healthcare system we have. We're the only civilized country, or civilized, is that right? We're the only developed country that people die because they don't have enough money or enough coverage. And so this is wrong. And so it's really about the money, the money. Because if we have universal health care, the problem with that is most of politicians are paid off. Big corporate media is paid off. So they talk against, what's going to happen to the insurance companies or the big pharma, which I'm not a fan of. We have more drugs in this country. People, I'm a lot of my clients I work with, they're taking so many pills, they don't even know what the side effects are. And medicine saves lives. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, oh my God, you need to really pay attention to what you're doing. But so there's big money involved here. So when is our health more important than these, than big money insurance companies? And so the shooting of a CEO is one of the cracks, the breaks that made people afraid. I don't feel like that was properly covered, but a lot of people are angry, and rightfully so, because who's persecuting the insurance companies that are killing people? And I don't think anybody should be killed, but I mean, they should be in court too. But this is about money. So what if somebody actually engaged their brain? I don't know if this is possible, but we had insurance companies that were paid for by government. Instead of maybe building all these bombs or sending rockets to the moon or something, we actually started to take care of people. Like if your tax dollars were actually going, for your care and benefit. Taxation with representation, not, funding wars in different countries or, I mean, sometimes we need to be there and back up our allies, but they're, and if everyone is paying their fair share, we could have restructure insurance so all those people don't need to lose their jobs, but so that it's paid for. And it would be very good. There's very good quality care in a lot of these countries, like Canada. You get sick in a lot of European countries or Canada, and you have a heart attack or you get cancer, and you go to the hospital because you're not worried about the money, and you don't go bankrupt and lose your home and leave your family practically destitute trying to stay alive. And that is wrong. And we need to vote for people that are going to, there's my opinion. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. And we don't have to do it. We're programmed to think we can't, and we can. So I see that more people will die, and we're going to start to wake up, okay, from this healthcare. And then the people are going to be happy. It's going to be hard. We have to do it anyway. We have to make a decision. Are you going to vote people in? Are you going to ask your people before you vote for them? Are you going to support universal health care? Isn't it time? The money's going to come forward. So actually, in some countries, they actually care more about their people than the money. But somebody is going to fund this, and we have a new guy coming in. New young people who are going to come in and fight for this. And this is a yes. We have to fight for it, but it's worth it to leave a better world for our children and our grandchildren and generations to come. It is time. There's my lecture. Okay. All right. I mean, it's just idiotic and ridiculous. So I'm not even like, if it wasn't for medical science, I wouldn't be alive. I broke my ankle. I went to the doctor. My appendix burst. I went and had surgery. For antibiotics, I wouldn't be alive. I'm not against medical science, but I also know how. I've healed myself, my eyes. I don't wear glasses anymore. I've healed my thyroid, mono. Well, that's one kind of like an on. You have to kind of on. Well, actually, I could go in there and do it. I get like kind of like I've like remade my whole body energetically, and I haven't gotten to. I could do that. The doctors like there are things that happen to me that I'm not like a normal. I don't respond well to traditional medical treatments usually, and so there are things that I've cleared for myself. Like they asked me, "How do you have the antibody for hepatitis?" And I was like, "No." And some of it is from diet. Some of it is. But I was listening to this lady talk about why do women, when women eat better, go to the doctors more, get better sleep, drink and smoke less than men, and don't work, like hard jobs. Why do they have more health issues? Because energetically, we're empathic and we're caretakers, we take on other people's energy. And that's what I do in my classes and my sessions. I look at that. So you don't have to be either science or whatever. And the whatever is being really misrepresented in this current system we're in now. It's really a shame because you could have some really good people in there that just like I watched the hearing this morning and it turned into, and the other day were arguments about who is right, and who supports the current president. Like, wait a minute. Aren't we talking about the health of the American people and what's best for them? Why is that not the topic? A lot of people went off, into you're not supporting the guy in the White House. I'm like, what? Well, what does that have to do with what you're supposed to be doing? Okay, I'm not going to go there. Where's my deck? Oh, here it is. Okay, I have a special deck because you have to mark off all the, you have to put, oh, my camera went blurry. Come on back. Clear it, spirit. Clear me, spirit. All right. I'm just trying to refocus the camera. Okay, thank you. All right. That's probably me getting like all bent about how idiotic is this? I mean, you don't think the American people want their good health care? You don't want them going bankrupt? If you put an elderly person in care, it costs $5,000 or more a month. Who can afford that? I mean, what do you do? It's okay. I'll stop. All right. So that one. Now let's look at, and then I'll answer the questions that were left on my post, on my community page under post. And I'll try to remember. And some people, I forgot to put the post up. So I'm really busy with clients and getting the kids to and from school and all, doing stuff. So I'm sorry if I'm not always on posting everything. Once my grandson leaves for school, I'll have more time. It's a big thing to get him. He's moving to, all right. For some reason, they're showing me the Supreme Court. I feel like two Supreme Courts are leaving, but I don't know why they're in orange robes. That doesn't make sense. Well, in this video, at the front, the thumbnail in this video has a court. Like, I feel like the courts, they're not following the law. So if you think the courts are going to save us, they can in a way. They can kind of slow down the problems, but really what's going to happen is the energy is going to shift and people are going to stand up. Okay. So let's look at the Supreme Court, because I already looked at, they are going to change it from being lifetime appointments. But let's look at Sotomayor. Sotomayor. I don't know if I said that right. Is she going to stay in? Like for the next, let's look at the next, till 2028, okay? Will she stay in there? Sotomayor. Mayora. I think she's been having some health issues. And we wish her well. Ooh. Might be a blood sugar issue. Yeah, I feel like she's going to have some trouble, but she's going to stay in. Oh. Yeah, this is hard for her. She might have an issue, but I feel like she's going to hold on. Thank God for that. Let's say prayers for her. I think she's really upset about the things that are happening. I was looking at Roberts, and he just is laying there looking up at the ceiling going like, oh my God, what have we done? Yeah, what have you done? Because they did this to us. They could have made him like 14th Amendment, he can't run. They could have done, they made him immune. They basically did this to us. Yeah. Well, they have their part. Let me ask, is because I saw Thomas leaving I'm surprised he's still there. Is Thomas from now to 2028? How's Thomas gonna do? And I'm not wishing bad on anybody. I'm just looking at the energy. I don't agree with anything he's done. I think he shouldn't be there, but ooh, it's money. Money is keeping him in there. Uh-oh, but it's going to try to stay in there, but he's not. Oh, he's leaving. People are going to be happy. And I don't know. It doesn't look good for him. I actually had this card come up. And he's afraid of getting caught for what he's done. He's holding on. This looks like he's going to leave. But then I get this card. And you guys are all psychic too. If you have a read you can leave your comment. Because we all have abilities. It's just that I've been practicing longer and I spent forever meditating for many lifetimes and doing this work. But we all have thoughts and feelings. You can all get answers. So give me a clarity on that. Is he leaving before 2028? I kind of feel like he is. Looks like he's leaving. I've seen him leaving before. Definitely he may take a leave of absence because his health does not look good. Let me ask, is there another justice leaving before? Because I saw 2 leaving before 2028. Is there another leaving? Yeah, somebody's leaving. It might be unexpected. Let's look at Gorsuch because he's coming up. I look at Kavanaugh, he's a fighter. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. Gorsuch is kind of crooked. He's very ungrounded. His health might be okay, but I just feel like he isn't really, he's really about the money, and he's very secretive. He isn't, I think he hasn't so far broken any, well, I don't know if he's broken any laws. We should look at Alito, but let's look at Gorsuch from now till 2028. How you doing? And once again, I'm not wishing bad. Oh, he's got a lot of money. Oh, he's hanging in there. Money got him in there. Oh yeah. What's his face? The president got him in there. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. There's another one leaving though. Let's look at Alito. How's he doing between now and 20? Oh, his heart does not look good. It's so mean. Oh, he's very worried. Oh, look at this. He is, yeah, because you did this. You helped put this guy in there, and now he stole money. He's absconded with money. He's working hard. No, he's gonna stay in there. He'll stay in there come hell or high water, but he's worried. Yeah, they're all going like, oh my God. Yeah, it's a freaking wreck. And they're scared too. How is Ketanji Jackson? Because Kagan, she's not going anywhere. Her energy is just like, she's karmically just like really smooth. But I'm worried about Ketanji because she's young and she's Black. She should be very careful. Let's look at her. Let's look at Ketanji between now and 2028. Oh, she started, and she's a part of the new beginnings here. There is money behind her. She's holding in there. Yeah, money got her in there. She's doing a balancing act. She's got people backing her. A lot of people like her on the left, really like her. Oh, she's fine. Yeah, so who's the other one leaving? This doesn't make sense. Why did I see two leaving? Let's look at Kagan. Let's just look at her because, you never know. Something could happen. Kagan, let's do Kagan from now till 2028. Oh, that's telling me Kagan's really kind of a rebel. She seems like mild mannered, but she's not. She's a hidden, really rebel, really rebellious. Like she doesn't come out with these dissents, but she's really good. Looks like she's doing okay. Money got her in there. She's afraid. Oh, she's holding on. She's very worried. She needs to be very careful. I think they might be threatened, and they're not letting it on. She needs to be very careful. Wow. She's very worried. All right, let's look at Kavanaugh. Between now and 2028, Kavanaugh. Somebody might be leaving. Oh, he's full of it. Somebody might be leaving after 2028 because if we get in there, that's when that other one leaves. Because I don't think it's Kavanaugh. I feel like he's just in there fighting. He's like, ah. Let's look at Kavanaugh from now to 2028. I think I asked the wrong time frame. Yeah. Ooh. He's got foreign support, not a lot, but oh, he's gonna have problems. He's gonna have problems. He might be out of there. This is not good. Either something's coming up about him, we're finally gonna pull it out like you shouldn't have been put. They didn't do the proper investigation. Something's gonna happen. He might have some foreign ties that aren't kosher. He might have a drinking issue here and end up sick. How is his health? We have 3 cards for Kavanaugh's health. Remember, I don't like beer. The health is okay. All right, he does not look good. Let's ask, will any of the Supreme Court justices be leaving after the Democrats get in? Who will leave after? Will anyone leave, any of the right wing, after the Democrats get in 2028? Yeah, because they stole stuff. They think they're going to be okay. Ugh. They got money. Wait. Let me ask it a different way. Let me do this again. Sorry. Let me clean the cards. I clean it by. Okay. Will any of, because it was looking like somebody's leaving after 2028, will any of these Supreme Court, other than we looked at Sotomayor might be leaving. Thomas is going to hang in there. Kagan needs to be careful. I feel like Ketanji is like really aware of her. Like she's used to watching her back because she's African American and she's younger and she's like on it, I feel like she has home security system everything all dialed in. Maybe not going out in public as much. But I feel like Kagan is more not really is careful and also really worried. Okay. So let's ask it, are any of the Republican Supreme Court justices leaving after 2028? Yeah. They're afraid. They think they can try to figure something out. Can we figure it out? Huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're out of there. Yeah. Finally. God. Okay. Let's look at your questions on the post. I have to look at my phone. Okay. Come back. All right. Okay. Will people of Memphis, Tennessee be safe? All these National Guards are on their way here. Memphis is basically the only blue dot in an almost totally red state. Oh my gosh. Well, ask your guides, the angels, walk with me. If you're having a hard time, ask them to walk with you and keep you safe. You and your family members and your community. Summon them there. I call upon you to come and hover over us. And you also have to understand that if you're asking for help from the spirit world, then you need to listen to help from the spirit world. It is not just like giving a grocery list to Santa Claus or something. You need to listen. I feel like they're going to be deporting. Will Memphis be safe? Will Memphis people, what will happen in Memphis with the invasion? See, I don't know if this governor has to be reelected. I see it shining a light. I feel like you're going to be okay. The general, of course they're going to arrest or deport some people, but I feel like generally, like things were pretty good and they might negotiate. Like everybody's watching this, and you best not go in there and cause some real problems for people because this is a Republican governor too. They're still his people. He still needs their vote, I'm pretty sure. But this is going to shine the light on what he's doing. And yeah, you're going to be okay. Oh my God. It's so stupid. It's such a waste of money. Like, if you really want to get the crime rate down, why don't you support the police and give people other options, young people or whatever. People don't turn to crime just because they're bad. Sometimes they turn to it because they don't have they have no future. No, why don't we give young people a future? Give people, a chance to do something different or to have counseling for people or, yeah, if they're really just evil and they're violent, maybe they need to go to jail. But a lot of crime is just people get desperate or depressed and they're on drugs or alcohol or they're just lose it because they can't handle it. And like here in California, we have that free, I forget what it's called, free counseling for people. And okay, let's look at the other question. So you're going to be okay there. They might not even come. They might just be like, see, it's wonderful. And the military doesn't want to hurt their own people. I mean, it's just stupid. A lot of the guys in the military, it's like I think either a second job or they come from, families where they weren't, they're not uber wealthy. There's American guys there that want to protect America, not arrest citizens. I mean, there will be some ice. Everything can't be perfect, but I mean, but generally, I feel like it kind of goes okay. It's weird. Okay. All right. What's his name going to England? Yeah, well, he already went there. And they had a big Epstein sign with him. Front lawn. Everywhere he goes, people hate him. Um, okay. Um, let's look at his trip. How's that gonna go? I feel like I'm seeing like he steps in it. When I say the energetically he steps in it, is just like he smells. It smells the whole thing. He smells bad wherever he goes. He can't help himself. He steps in it. He opens his big mouth. He does something, rightly. Let's look at his visit to England. How's that going to go? There's the England, the money. This I feel like this has to do with money or trade or something. There he is. Well, that's not him. It's just, the going. It's manipulative. Oh, that's not going to go too good. I don't feel like this is going to go very well. That's like, I feel like they hate him there. They don't want him there. We don't want him here either. Can you please keep him? Can he stay there? Like, give him a room in the palace, and then he can just stay there. not come back, please. Oh, I shouldn't be so mean. Yeah, there's things about money, law. Huh. Well, I feel like he went there looking for something. He's trying to get something, like maybe with trade deals or something. But he's gonna have to look somewhere else because I don't feel like they maybe work something out a little bit, you know. But no, this is not a good look. Something probably stupid's gonna happen. Of course. Okay. Let's see what other questions you left. Oh, when we finally get back in power, where'd you go? I think the question is, will we see a fairly quick change to some current problems in the U.S. when the new, or will people be rehired? Will people be able to return once? Will people be able? Okay, wait. Sorry. In the U.S., when 45 is out of his position and will. Oh, buy? I'm not sure what that is. BIPOC? Be able to return what they once did prior to January 20th. I'm not sure what this means. I don't know what that means. People who were sent to other countries, will they be able to return? I don't know if they want to return. Let's ask, will they be able to return? People sent, deported, I guess you mean? Yeah. Yeah, this was all smoke and mirrors. They may even be made whole. There may be lawsuits, and they will be able to return. But do they want to return after that? Smoke and mirrors. Yeah, I feel like they do. Okay. Once things are better here, but they're not really sure because you could change it. Yeah, once you move your whole country, really it's gonna move it all back. I feel like some will, but not all. I think that's what you're asking. Sorry about that. All right, let's look at the other questions. How does Biden feel about Kamala's attacks on him? And why did she do that? No, that's crazy. How does she feel? Did she attack Biden? Is she blaming him? Why did she do that? He's a little bit old school. I feel like she wanted to change things more than him, and she really wasn't able to. She's been very stressed. That was kind of like her one chance to get in there. I still feel like she has hope for the future. Let me just ask her psychically, why did you do that? I feel like she feels like that was the truth of how she really felt. Although she loves and respects Biden, I feel like there were some things she was unhappy about, and she could say what she's unhappy about. I'm sorry if people don't like that or agree with that. I think it was probably not a good idea to do that. I think this was really hard for her. I want to ask, is she going to get back into politics? Because I feel like she's kind of out in the cold now, and he has lifetime protection, and he's got cancer. His family is protected, but let's ask, is she going to get back into politics? She wants to be there for people. She wants to do something to help people. Yeah, she is. Wow. I feel like when things lighten up a bit, I feel like she does come back. I don't know how. I'm sorry that she said that, and I don't think she should have, but I think she was saying how she really felt. Okay. And then there was something, another, let's see. Oh, come on. Does it lower my vibration to read mysteries and thrillers that usually involve a murder? I try to stay in the light and avoid news, but I read about fictional crime. I don't like true crime since I know it's real. I hope this is better. What, better? Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to say. If you enjoy it's fictional, it's not real. There may be something that you're working out, either from a past life or energetically, about crimes being solved. So I would have to sit down and talk to you about what you're feeling like. Do you feel like when it gets solved that you are somehow good, some good is coming, or do you like figuring things out? You may have had a past life as a spy or somebody who was figuring things out, and so it may be fun to kind of figure it out. So it's not really what you're doing, but it's how you're doing it. If they were real murder stories, then I feel like that might be negative energy, because a person really died and a person is going to prison, which maybe they need to if they're killing people, but probably, yeah. But then you're connected to a real death of a person, which makes you connected to that kind of fear, that lower energy. I used to think it was fun to be scared and watch scary movies. I don't anymore, because I don't like being in fear or seeing violence. But if you're watching a real crime story and you want to figure out who did it, or you want to help the person to get caught, you may have had a past life as a detective or a spy or something where you were wanting to figure things out. You can pray for the people in real life that died, or you can look at it as like, I'm doing this to see the truth about this person's life. And so it's not really, and then how the person was caught. So it's not really what you're doing, but it's like your intention of why you're doing that, of why it's important for that story to be told, because everybody needs their story to be told, and you're honoring the person that died. So you're watching something that's actually very sacred because someone died or people died. Okay. But if it's fictional, that's a little bit different, because then it's more like about, like, I'd like to ask you, like, what is your motive with that? What do you feel like? Is it just getting a distraction for you that's interesting to get your mind off, the drudgery of life or something? Or do you really just enjoy, trying to figure it out? It's like entertainment, because it's not really about a real person. If you're watching images of violence, that's different, because your brain doesn't know the difference between a real thing happening or looking at an image. So if you're looking at an image that's negative, I would, like, maybe you don't want to look at that. If you are afraid or upset or feel confused or stressed, and your blood pressure is going up watching that stuff, then maybe it's not a healthy thing for you to watch. But if you're feeling like that's okay for you now and you're not feeling stressed, you're enjoying figuring it out or whatever it is that, or you like, the theme of justice, that someone's going to get caught for what they did and they should be held accountable. So I would have to talk to you about that. But it feels like you had some kind of past life where you were figuring stuff out or doing this, and so it's interesting to you. A lot of psychics and mediums are also doing this. Like when I watch those, I try to figure out like who did it. So, because some psychics or mediums really will go in and help the police to find the person. And so I would play a little game to increase my mediumship abilities by looking at like who did this and where's the evidence and what is the deceased person saying about that, or are they just missing or they're gone. And so I would use it as a tool to like develop myself to help people. Okay. So that would be my motive. I don't watch them anymore because it's just not, I just am not in that energy. That doesn't mean that energy is bad or wrong. That's just where I'm at now. I'm not at that place where that's interesting to me. Okay. And is Ivanka in the Epstein files? And will Earth experience any effects as Atlas 3 passes through our system? I don't know what that is. Let's see. Huh. There's a video about it. Okay. Is Ivanka in? I feel like she might have been abused. When you have a parent that maybe not uh, raped you or something, but is touching you or looking at you inappropriately, looking at you like a piece of meat and talking about her the way he did, that's a kind of spiritual and emotional sexual abuse. So in that way, I feel like she was affected. But was she actually brought in on it? Was she involved in some type of sexual abuse to other people, is what I think you're asking? Because clearly she has got some issues. Was Ivanka involved in sexually abusing? I feel like it scared her. When I look in her eyes, I can see the fear. I feel like it happened around where she was, or she might have been somewhere where it was happening. Oh, yeah. Oh, like she knew. Like I feel like her dad said to her, like, "This is fun. Let's do this." Like she might have watched or she knew she was there. It was happening in Mar-a-Lago. I think she lived there. Wow. Wow, that's freaking creepy. Oh my God. I mean, I don't feel like she was like molesting some girl, but I feel like she was involved. Either she knew something, she saw things, she knows something's wrong. And she didn't come forward even as an adult. You'd think as an adult, you go, I need to talk about what I know. She knows. Oh my God. All right. Now, the Atlas, this will be the last one. The Atlas 3, I don't even know what that is, but I'll say, is it going to affect Earth in a negative, catastrophic way? I don't even know when it's coming. Is Atlas, I think that's what you call it, some kind of comet or planet headed our way, I guess? People are scared. I feel like it might affect us, not in a catastrophic, the end of time, but it could have a significant effect. Certainly it scares people. Wherever it happens feels like, I don't know where it's going to happen. I'll have to watch it. Then I feel like, yeah, but it's not the end of our planet, but it is going to affect us. Wow, who knew? I think it's some kind of comet or planet. I'll have to check that out. Thank you. These were all excellent questions. Thank you for staying to the end. Please check out my classes. I'm doing a class on healing the shadow, October 4th. That's going to be really awesome. And then I am doing a class on how to do past life regressions, how to regress. So we'll do a regression there, and I'll show you how to do it. So you can do it for yourself and others. And I was trained by somebody who studied under Dolores Cannon. So it's a similar way of regressing. Really cool. And so check that out. It's on my website, SibylHarmony.com. And that's going to be November 22nd. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.